What's up, and welcome to 5280 Film Room.
We're a Colorado sports podcast by fans for fans.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
You can also email us your input, questions, and ideas at 5280filmroom@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.
What's up, Nuggets fans? My name's Gideon.
I'm Miles.
You're listening to 5280 Film Room, and we've got a special edition of a Nuggets playoff podcast ready for you. The Nuggets NBA regular season is now complete. We are matched up against the San Antonio Spurs for the first round of the playoffs. Miles, what did you think about the last three games and Mike Malone's decision to purposely lose against the Blazers and kind of gamble for the Rockets losing the 3 seed? I think it was ballsy.
It was ballsy. I also didn't expect, well, given how strong our bench play has been this year, I shouldn't say this, but I didn't expect us to be up, 7 with 4 minutes left?
Yeah, 6 or 7, right around there.
Yeah, and then the Blazers just finished off with a 14-2 run or some ridiculous thing, but...
And that was in the last, 2, maybe 2.5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And,
extremely ballsy, though. It was, I think it was beneficial for Jokic and Murray and Millsap to get the rest before the playoffs, but...
And some good time for the even younger guys.
Yeah, I mean, Beasley and Morris definitely got a good amount of playing time. We saw Vanderbilt out there for a little bit.
Isaiah Thomas reminded us that he's still not very good.
Yeah, he's still playing the Laker Thomas or the Cav Thomas.
But yeah,
production.
I mean, the hindsight's definitely 2020, and how everything panned out has just made Mike Malone look like he's playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers, and he was thinking 3-4 moves ahead. Because now we don't have to deal with the Rockets or the Warriors until the conference finals. And the Warriors.
We don't have to play both of them if we make is very beneficial.
So we have better matchups from now until then. This has basically blown open the door for us to go to the conference finals because we have... I mean, even though we've got a 2-2 regular season record against the Spurs, I still think we have the edge as a team.
Especially with home court.
Yes.
But they're like you were saying, the chess match with Malone going 3, 4, 5 moves ahead, it's going to be interesting to see how that transpires against the master when it comes to the chess game within the NBA realm of Popovich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the regular season's one thing and making the playoffs is another, and then dealing with each individual series is its own chess match.
Yep.
And we all know Popovich is going to have something special that it's like, hey, you guys got film on all our guys, and now we're going to do something completely different, and you guys are going to have to figure it out on the fly.
So that's the beauty of the playoffs, that we could do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And with all of our young players, I think they're open to pretty much doing whatever. Other than, you take the ball and you do everything. Our team doesn't do very well when one player needs to take over. It's more
we have the ability to do so, but we're more team-centric.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it's a blessing and a curse, because I've seen us get too caught into making the extra pass after 3 extra passes have already been made.
Yeah.
So sometimes, we do have to have that player just, pull the trigger. And I've been seeing, Beasley, Craig, Harris.
Even Murray.
Even Murray, yeah. When a shot's open, they're definitely making better choices when to shoot. They just haven't been going in. And so I think as they get more and more comfortable taking those smart shots, then they will start dropping, and we're going to start winning games. Even in the playoffs, we're going to start winning games by, 8 to 12 points, which is exactly what we need to show the rest of the nation, hey, we are contenders. we're young, but we're ready to play, and we're going to give you every hard possession that we possibly can.
Definitely, and the best thing that I think bodes well for us in the playoffs is how our efficiencies have been when it comes to the fourth quarter. Because I mean, we're top 3 in or if not the top in defensive efficiency within the fourth quarter.
That's not surprising.
Or net rating, one of the two, or both.
All of it.
All of the things.
But if we can apply that over, I would say second quarter and fourth quarter.
Closing out the halves.
Close out the first half, close out the second half. That's going to always put us in a great position to win the game. Like even 2 nights ago against the Timberwolves, like I don't know what happened, but we just decided to not show up until the last, 6 minutes of the game.
Yep.
And it's a little frustrating as a fan watching those types of games because you're just like, great, we lost. And it's like, oh no, we're back in it. Oh no, we lost. And then you're up, and then you're winning with 30 seconds left. It's just, I mean, that's kind of what I love about basketball. Is it's exciting like that, but as a fan, when you expect great things from your team, it's frustrating because it's like, all right, quit putting us up really high and then bringing us down really low. It's
sometimes
tough.
it's nice to
Tough
have
watch.
a more static plane when it comes to how that goes, but the ups and downs have somewhat defined the Nuggets this year.
Yeah, they've gone through a lot of.
I mean, I think we're the league leader in clutch efficiency or clutch win percentage.
Well, because Jokic was like throughout the year, if
Yeah.
we were down 1 or tied, I don't know the precise stat, but I would say he's probably close to like 100% of field goal percentage when he was taking either a game tying or game winning shot.
Oh yeah, no, he was stellar.
And I want to say the ones that he missed, we were already tied and went into overtime.
Yeah,
So I don't think he's missed a shot that made us lose. We've always pulled out a win.
the Grizzlies game, but that was his only
that
shot
was his
of
only
the game.
That was his only 3-pointer.
That was his only shot of
That was
the
his
game.
only shot?
I'm pretty sure, but that was way early in the season. That's way behind us.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's
That was a long, long time ago.
exactly.
When he was even younger.
But yeah, I remember because that was he didn't do anything all game, and then we're gonna do a inbound to Jokic. He pulls the trigger for a 3.
Hasn't done anything all
Hasn't done anything all game. He might have gotten 2 points from like free throws. Yeah.
All right, let's not
But,
remember that too much. But
we've got a lot better things to look at over the last 2 months.
do you think we win this series?
Yeah, and I want to predict that we're gonna do it in 5.
I like it.
I think we'll definitely win. I think we'll start out strong and go 2-0 at home, but I think we definitely have the talent and
Fortitude.
Fortitude, yeah, but I want to say the ambition to take one in San Antonio.
I'm curious to see how many fans we've created around the league. Because, like in New York, there was a lot of Denver fans. Obviously, it's the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, and the Knicks were one of the worst teams in the league this year, so it is definitely pretty interesting when it comes to that. But against San Antonio, I mean, given that we're both kind of both in the Midwest, they're just a little bit south of us.
Smaller market teams as well.
Yeah, very comparable cities.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Spurs just have the edge on us just because they have sustained success over the last 15, 20 years. Yeah. So they may have more fans across the U.S., but
I want to see some Denver fans in San Antonio.
Yes.
Now, not saying anybody should travel, but if you guys want to fly down to San Antonio, please go down, root for our Nuggets. But
Yeah.
I really do believe that there's probably some Nuggets fans in San Antonio already, and they're like, we're going to the game. We're doing it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I think I would have to agree with you as far as 5 games is concerned. I think we can definitely take both here.
Like 6 games
But
is the ceiling,
I want to say,
think.
yeah, I think like the betting, if you were to bet on how many games is this series over in, I would say 6.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling that I don't want to say that we're going to get cocky or anything like that, but I just have a feeling we could, just as easily as us taking 2 at home to start, we could also split. Like, we win game 1 and then lose game 2.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, whatever.
Does the series go 2-2, 1-1-1?
I believe so. Let me look it up real quick. Because it used... I know at one time it was 2-3-2.
Yeah. Which, if it's 2-3-2, I think game like 6 would be realistic. I think taking 2 in San Antonio would be tough.
Known schedule. Yeah, if we drop 2 at home, like we're done, and that's inexcusable because we finished with the best home record.
Yeah. What, 34-7, which
Yes.
was 1 game up on the Bucks.
The Bucks were 33-8.
Yeah. But they
Which
also
is-
sat
which is
everyone at the last
great.
home game. And,
Yeah,
But
whatever. They clinched the best league record, but
Yep.
hey, if they cared about their home record, they should have played better against the Thunder.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, Giannis and Middleton, and they're going to be a scary team in the East to see what they can produce.
Yeah, I'm not able to find what structure we're sitting at for the schedule, but they might have it on the Denver page. Either way, even if we play 3 in San Antonio, I'm pretty sure it's 2-2, 1-1-1,
Yeah.
and that was to make it a little more competitive. Even though back in the day when it was 2-3-2, it was still, I would say it was still competitive because it made the favorite team need to take one away. Otherwise,
Yes.
you're going to Game 7.
Yep.
But I think with 2-2, 1-1-1, we're a younger team.
There's a little bit more travel.
We can
but-
travel.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. I'm okay like winning 2 at home, take 1 there, come home, close it out. I love that structure as far as predicting how the Nuggets will do.
Yeah, I want to say we'll wins game 1, 2, 4, and 5. So I think San Antonio will be coming out strong in their home game.
I think they always do.
Yeah.
Let's see here, like even San Antonio's 32-9 at home, so they are 3rd best.
They're
in
top
the league.
5. Yeah, for sure.
So it's interesting to see how teams do home versus away. Like the Nuggets were 20-21, but San Antonio was 16-25. So they were 9 games under 500, or not 9, but 4.5 games under 500
Yeah.
for their away record. Whereas we're just a half game under 500, 20-21. So if you win, can't win a half game, can't lose a half game, but
I mean, the good thing is we have a winning record on the road, which I think bodes well.
20-21.
20-21. Okay.
Yes.
Just under
Half game under.
Just under
Yes.
a winning record.
Yes.
The thing that I think benefits us the most, I mean, we're both in agreement that we're getting out of the first round.
Yes.
And the even more beneficial thing is the second round against either the Blazers or the Thunder. We have a combined record of 7-1 against those teams.
Yeah.
On the season. So that bodes very well for us to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Which I think is going to be a stretch, but if we can do that,
Fingers crossed.
that's
that,
going to be
the Heat, or not the Heat, the Rockets and the Warriors bang each other up in the second round. Because, well, the Jazz are going to give the Rockets a good run for their money.
They match up very well against the Rockets.
Yeah.
Very well.
Like
With Gobert,
I might be
Gobert on
low
Capella.
key. Yeah. Like, they got a chip on their shoulder. Because I think
Spider's gonna go off.
they got knocked out by Portland last year. Either Portland or New Orleans.
I can't remember off the top of my
But
head.
it was a good series. I remember watching a few of those games. I was like, this is good basketball. Like, I'm not a fan of either of these teams, but it was like, this is amazing. I love it.
I'm just excited for playoff basketball. It's regular season's fun, but it's a whole different animal when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah. Every player comes out, putting everything on the table every game.
It'll be weird not watching playoffs or watching playoffs without LeBron.
I think it's going to be better.
It's going to be way better. A little weird, but
then,
way
like,
better.
you know, if that's another crazy thing to think about. Like, let's say the Lakers don't get their stuff figured out for next season, and then the Warriors lose a bunch of dudes. Like, Warriors are still probably going to be in the playoff picture, but like, when is it going to be where this is the first time neither LeBron or the Warriors are in the playoffs?
Probably when Curry retires. Honestly, I mean, it's just something that's going to be.
As long as he's on the team, they're making
Yeah.
the playoffs.
Especially now that he's got contacts.
Oh yeah, I saw that change. It was like plus 6% on his 3-point accuracy, or something like that. Like,
Yeah, he went through a shooting.
like why don't these
Not
dudes get
slump,
LASIK?
but-
Like, don't tell me you can't afford it.
Oh yeah, I think it might be more of the science behind it that they don't want to mess
You're
anything
cutting
up.
open your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Especially
But
with
a lot
people
of
banging
like,
around.
there's some like Broncos and Avalanche that go through, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna link in a free marketing campaign for a laser eye but laser eye correction. But no, there's certain companies that deal with the local sport or local pro sports.
Yeah.
So like there are athletes that do it, but it is curious to see like why the elite ones tend to not want to get their eyes fixed, but they'll deal with contacts and stuff. Like something like that scares me. Like you're playing a
Yeah.
basketball game and like someone like pokes you in the eye or something. Like
Who's
where
the-
does that contact go? If you
comes
lose
out,
it,
goes behind
would
your
you go-
eye.
Yeah, like if it got
Who
lodged
knows?
in there, like
yeah.
it could throw off your game.
Who's the last person to wear rec specs? Consistently, like
Ooh.
not because of injury or anything.
I would say, I want to say Amari Stoudemire, but there might have been someone right after him.
I remember Amari, yeah.
But
It is interesting when it comes to the science behind
Dude, rec specs
that
are
kind
dope.
of stuff. Yeah. It'd be kind of cool to see someone bring those back.
like I'm wearing rec specs like non-prescription,
Yeah,
protecting my
just
eyes.
because. Yeah, right? Slight tint
They
because
do.
it's so
They do
light right in here.
significantly hinder your peripheral vision.
Oh, I can only
Like,
imagine,
It's I've worn them before and it's bad. Like your head has to be on a swivel, and in basketball especially, if you're not looking somewhere just to check like what's on your peripheral, like that's a bounce pass, that's someone cutting, that's a screen you're gonna run into.
Just look at
like,
how Jokic passes.
Oh yeah.
That hinders his entire game.
right.
All of it.
Yeah. You gotta
So-
have your peripherals.
Yeah.
But
Who do you think is the X factor for us to go off, or someone to be shut down in this series against the Spurs?
I think a lot of people would go straight to Millsap covering Aldridge because
Could be a good matchup.
LA, LaMarcus Aldridge, is a really, really good talent. I know he's not as good as what the Spurs expected when they traded for him from Portland. Mm-hmm. But when it was LaMarcus Aldridge and Damian Lillard, like they were dirty. They were supposed
Yeah.
to be way good,
Yeah.
but they never were able to get an additional big. And then, you know, Blazers got Nurkic, but then LA got sent to the Spurs.
Yep.
So it was like, even Aldridge is stated he wants to finish his career in Portland because Damian Lillard's like, I'm staying here. I've got a chip on my shoulder. I've got a plan. And so Aldridge, I know for a fact, he's going to leave the Spurs, go back to Portland, and just finish what he started out there with Dame.
That would be scary with Nurkic and Dame and McCollum. And
so scary. But going back to Millsap versus Aldridge, I think Millsap's significantly better defender than Aldridge is on offense in the post. Because Aldridge is very well-rounded defensively as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people are going to hone in on that matchup, but I think that that's just going to be, it's almost going to be a wash. Like, Millsap averages, 9 to 11 points a game, something like that?
Probably somewhere around there.
He's going to still get that. LaMarcus Aldridge, I think he's upwards of 20 points per game, 18 to 20 points per game.
I think it's about 20, but he's averaging 22, 23 against the Nuggets this year.
Okay, so he's doing better against us.
Slightly,
than his normal average. So I think it's still going to be right around there. Playoff Millsap, we haven't seen in a little while, so
I'm excited. He's been balling the last few weeks.
I think he's excited.
Yeah, he's excited to get back.
But as far as, I don't want to go into like a specific matchup other than that, but I think a player that will, create a game that we either blow them out or we just make it look like the series was super easy. I think the X factor has got to be Jamal Murray.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I love our supporting cast with, Monty Morris, Malik Beasley, Torrey Craig. All three of those dudes are a perfect core for our second unit and integrating with the first unit. Each one of those dudes has proven that, hey, we can cover starting players. We can play against starting players.
I think one good matchup is going to be Torrey Craig on DeRozan.
Yes.
That's going to be really good.
But they're going to switch probably,
specifically on
like him and Barton are probably going
end.
to be back and forth on DeRozan. And Craig and Barton have been on the floor together. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Because DeRozan's like a true shooting guard, but he's big. He's bigger than Beasley.
Oh, easy. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, if Jamal Murray can continue to take open shots and not worry about the pass, they're going to start falling more consistently. He has to have that confidence of, hey, I don't want this to go in. I hope this goes in. It's got to be, this shot's going in. I expect this shot to go in. Obviously, they're not always going to drop, but he needs to start having that killer mentality with the ball's in my hands. If I need to take the shot, I can be confident with a hand in my face making these shots or drawing fouls. And he's done a lot better job at picking up fouls. But also within the Timberwolves game, we had a hard time finishing. Gary Harris, Barton.
And it became stagnant too.
Yeah, those are
not
points.
Moving,
well, I'm just saying, when you do pick
game.
up those fouls, they weren't making the shots that were easy layups, and that could have completely changed the game. The Wolves game was way too close than what it should have been. But if we can pick up those points against the Spurs, I think we will easily beat them. And if Jokic can play, I would say, okay defense. Not spectacular, not great, not even good, just okay defense. I think we can still hold the Spurs under 100 points average for the series.
I definitely think that's possible. What is going to be very interesting to see is the foul game, like you were mentioning. I mean, especially if we can convert those free throws. But across Western Conference teams, the Nuggets only commit about 20 fouls per game, which is pretty low. There's only one Western Conference team that allows or has fouled less than us, and that's the Spurs. So I think this game is, the free throws are definitely crucial when it comes to converting them, but there's not going to be as many as we may see in a Rockets-Warriors matchup or anything like this. Is going to probably be the lowest free throws.
Those are the true pros on picking up fouls.
Yeah. But, I mean, we've proven that we can limit our fouls, and our team leader is in fouling per game is Plumlee, and he's just over 3 per game. So, I mean, if we limit that and we keep them off the line, we probably know they're going to keep us off the line.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of playing high-level basketball to...
Smart
basketball. Yep.
Especially against a Popovich team.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see the lineups as well.
But, yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that has been exposed by the Nuggets. If you get Jokic in foul trouble, I don't want to say we panic, but we seem to not know our identity.
Yeah, I mean, because he's
like, it's like,
usually...
oh no, like our passing big man isn't out there.
And I think the way to combat that would be to throw Plumlee in, but to get Monte Morris in the game. I mean, because he's more of a true point than Murray or Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Get him in the game, have him run point. Maybe we go small ball. Maybe we go Morris, Harris, Murray, Millsap, and Plumlee.
Oh, that would be... I think they might get a little too caught up in like just taking threes. Because they can't beat their way inside.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got Plumlee and Millsap.
But having Morris in the game, I like that idea. Like, if Jokic gets in foul trouble, plug Morris in, because he's already shown that, like, he's okay with taking a few shots and he's a good passer.
But he also doesn't turn it over.
Yeah, no turnovers. His assist to turnover ratio is insane, considering that this is his third year,
second or third. Yeah.
I know Beasley's in his third.
I think he finished the season with maybe second to Tyus Jones for assist to turnover ratio.
For backups or just total all guards?
All games.
Wow.
All eligible players. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Because I know those are the two that were kind of going back and forth all season.
Mm-hmm.
Morris would take it. Jones would take it. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be good to see, but I think that's going to be something that Malone will need to do to get the offense to run through someone where it's not as stagnant with the perimeter game.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't always want to blame stuff on refereeing, but with Jokic being in foul trouble a lot these last few games, how much of that do you think was like, that wasn't really a foul? And it's just the refs like, hey, we're just going to stick it to Jokic to see like what kind of character he is.
I don't know if it's... I don't know.
I mean, we're all human. Maybe the refs see something or think they see something.
Yeah, it's
but
very possible. The one thing that I can take out of that is the fact that aside from, what was it, a week or two ago when he just went off and got ejected.
Oh, yeah. Well,
aside from that,
yeah,
he has handled himself and his composure when he's fouled much better than in the beginning of the season.
I think even him getting ejected was the referees like a little overreacting.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's never one to like be vulgar.
No.
And
For
he's
sure.
like asking questions and he's like, what did I do? This and that. Like that night he probably would have been like, that's a terrible call. I don't agree with you. And then he's like, you're out of here. Like, what?
I mean, he very well, who knows? He very well could have said something in a different language and the ref's like, what do you...
The ref speaks Serbian?
Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like, nope, you're out. That's it. Or he didn't know what he was saying.
I mean, I'm sure there are referees in the NBA that do also referee world games.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I mean, I was okay with Jokic getting ejected on that one because it was like, that was a bad call.
Yes.
And then there's too many times that Jokic is getting hacked and slapped and punched.
All of it.
And he's not getting calls.
Yep.
And so I hope that the referee
was it the bloody nose
teams, that was the heel of a palm into his nose. Like that could break someone's nose
easy
and do more damage. But anyways, I think that the playoff referee crews are going to do a much better job than the standard rotation of regular season crews.
I believe so too.
And I think that'll have an effect on us. But I'd also think that Popovich is going to try and tell his team, get Jokic in foul trouble. Like, get under his skin. Try to get under his skin.
In our back-to-back back in December, that was something that that Pop made the team do. It was like, we are going to get him into foul trouble. And I'm pretty sure we lost the one in San Antonio and then came back and won the one here.
Mm-hmm.
But it will be interesting. I mean, I think because when it comes to the ref crews, they stick with the series, right?
I believe so.
They don't rotate.
I believe
per
so.
games?
Because then they have more knowledge on
Game to game
flows and what
feuds
the feeling is between the two teams. So I want to say yes. The ref
That would
crews
be.
stay the same.
I think that would benefit us.
But
Well, I think it benefits everyone. But
unless I can't remember, the NFL does not have full-time referees, right?
I don't think so.
But I think the NBA does have full-time referees. I could be wrong, but if they do have full-time referees, that would mean that yes, the same crew stays for the series, and then they might swap or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Playoff basketball is here.
For the second round, do you think it's going to be the Blazers or the Thunder? We already know
tough.
They're both good matchups for us, but what do you think is going to happen?
To be honest, I want the Blazers.
Just had nothing to do with Paul George.
But I think it's going to be the Thunder. I think
6
it'll
games?
be the Thunder. For the second round, 6 games?
Or Blazers,
between them?
Blazers Thunder, yeah.
I think at minimum it goes 6.
Yeah. That's gonna be a good
It's gonna be a really good
rock'em sock'em
series.
basketball game.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I want the Blazers is because they don't have Nurkic.
Get a good push for them. It was such a gruesome injury. So bad. It's like stuck in my head. His ankle's flopping and the ref kicks it. Like, dude, this dude just snapped his leg in half. You can't just walk through his leg, man.
Yeah.
But
I wish him a speedy recovery. Get better.
It's gonna be a while.
Feel good. But it benefits us, obviously, to not have him in the lineup if we play the Blazers.
Yes.
Or any other team that they're playing.
Yes.
But I think Steven Adams is going to stomp all over Cantor. Paul George will be
Someone's
Paul George.
Someone's going to get ejected
Westbrook.
between that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then Westbrook's that's going to be a fun matchup, Westbrook and Dame. Or McCollum, or whoever.
I have a feeling they might just go back and forth one game. Like, Westbrook puts up 40, Lillard puts up 40. Like,
or they could both have a 45-plus point game, and they're just going back and forth within the fourth quarter.
Paul George and Westbrook have 40, and then McCollum and Lillard each have 40.
Over under
That's gonna
280.
be it's a crazy matchup between two great duos. But I'm excited.
Who do you want to see?
I hope to see. Oh man, it's so tough.
I think the
Thunder are going to squeeze it out. But yes, I hope for the Blazers.
Yeah.
Because after seeing our backup to our backups handle them pretty well.
Mm-hmm. And then Dame was just Dame, so it happens.
I mean, you can't. There's some players in this league, like, they're going to do what they do. Like James Harden, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Like, sometimes you can't just stop these players. You can't.
You just
and Damian
hope to
Lillard,
slow them down.
He's flown under the radar for so long, and he's always been on my radar because the Blazers, when I used to play like NBA 2K12, the Blazers were my squad. Like, they were all young, they were good.
Yep.
And Lillard hits the three just as cold as any of these other dudes.
It'd be scary if Odin didn't run into problems with his health.
Yeah.
Because he would have been wrecking fools.
Oh, yeah.
With Dame. And they had, L.A.?
Gerald Wallace, Wesley Matthews, Nicholas Batum.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty deep line. But now all those players are like scattered in the wind.
Yeah.
But yes, I want to say, like I said in the regular season on our podcast, a successful season is getting out of the first round. An amazing season is getting to the Western Conference Finals.
And given the way that things fell over the last since this week started, with the Thunder losing,
it's almost an expectation.
us losing to the Jazz, and then winning against the Wolves, like it put the seeding in the Western Conference exactly in our favor.
We stacked the deck as best we could.
Yeah.
And maintaining home court until the conference finals.
So then on the flip side of it,
assuming the Warriors go to the conference finals.
On our bottom part of the bracket, we're in agreement on that. But how do you feel that the top part will go with the Warriors against the Clippers, and then the Rockets and Jazz?
Well, we kind of touched upon it with the Rockets and Jazz. I think that's definitely going to 6, like you said.
Yep.
I really
That's gonna be a good matchup.
hope, the Jazz squeak out because
that's gonna be really
Gobert
good.
is way too good, and I think the only team
Spida's way too good.
The only team that I think is capable of slowing down the Warriors are the Jazz.
Especially with their defensive mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Derek Favors, he was kind of a disappointment coming into the league, but he's still a good player. Like,
yeah, he is.
And I think they have him coming off the bench, too, under Crowder. Jameson Crowder.
I thought Crowder was the 3, and they got Favors at 4.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I know there was at one point playing against us.
I very well could.
Favors was coming in with like the
I think
2
that was
squad.
after he came back from an injury.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure he's in the starting lineup.
But I think the Warriors can walk through the Clippers. I mean,
anybody, if
they
you
got
want
Lou Williams, Danilo Gallinari.
if you guys want a good bet on the Warriors to win.
No. Terrible.
What, negative 20,000 line
you'll make like a
on
quarter.
the series? Yeah.
After the Clippers traded Tobias Harris, after they traded Tobias Harris, they got better. But I think Tobias Harris is one of those players that is like a game changer, and you need a game changer in the playoffs. And now you look on the Eastern side, we won't dive into that too much, but just because Toby Harris is in Philadelphia, like, Philly's the 3 seed.
Philly's looking
and
scary.
they're just like us. Like, they've got a nice little stacked deck, and in the second
Young
round,
team.
they'll have to face the Raptors. And Raptors Sixers is going to be, everyone's going to be tuning in to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as, our side of the Western Conference side, I want to say it's going to be Warriors Jazz in the second round.
How sweet would that be to see a Nuggets Jazz Western Conference Finals?
Oh, that would be amazing. And that would be great for these small markets.
It'd be stellar.
It'd be, screw you guys, New York, LA, whatever, Miami, like all of it.
Yeah.
You had your time. Now it's the little guy's time.
Because then it'd be Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's number 1. Toronto's number 2.
I mean, Milwaukee and Toronto would be another...
Yeah.
Similar, not the same as Salt Lake and Denver, but definitely Milwaukee, smaller market.
Yeah, the bottom half of the East is pretty... You got Philly, Brooklyn. I would still consider Toronto like a big market.
Yeah.
And then Orlando.
Orlando's a dark horse.
On the top side, you got Milwaukee against Detroit, and then Boston against Indiana. So I don't think it'll ever shake out to 2 small market teams on the East side. But very, very likely to have 2 small market teams, and I would consider Portland and OKC small market teams. Similar
Definitely
to...
OKC.
I mean, Portland, OKC, Denver, San Antonio, all 4 of those are...
Salt Lake.
Small markets.
Yeah.
Compared to, Oakland, Los Angeles, Houston.
Yeah.
Like, those are the large markets. So now the West is seeing these heavyweight teams in smaller cities, and they're not... Like, money's not buying talent anymore. And it would be awesome to see,
That'd be sweet to see a small market
if
team
it's
win.
Jazz Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals,
man.
that's going to spark a whole new level of rivalry. Because that's a division rival, right?
Yeah, we've been rivals for a while. I mean, going back to Boozer, going back to
But
even Malone.
before that, though, like,
Fucking
Utah fans used to be Denver Nugget fans. That's how bad the Jazz were for, like, a solid 6 or 7 years.
Yep. This is we're talking after Stockton and Malone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like mid-2000s, 10, 15 years ago?
After Melo, like from 2003 to 2010.
Yep.
Jazz, there were not many Jazz fans. They were like, oh, Denver, they're right there. They're our
Yeah.
high-altitude cousins, sisters, brothers, whatever. Go Nuggets. But now that they've got, like, a squad, it's like, oh, well, now all those bandwagon fans are Jazz fans.
Yep.
And, new rivalries sparked. They came into our house and waxed us back in, February? Mm-hmm. I was at that game. It was very frustrating to watch. But, oh, man. That's kind of a nightmare now if it's Jazz Nuggets in the conference finals.
Because they play us very well.
I still don't know if we can squeak that out. Like
I feel like we can across a 7-game series.
I'd be happier losing to the Warriors.
7-game series, I think we can.
That might as well let's just do the championship as that.
Yeah. So, that'd be ideal. I don't know. I think the Warriors are going to be on a mission this postseason.
Yeah.
So I think
their last season with KD.
Yeah. And possibly Clay, for all we know.
Yep.
But playoff basketball's back. It's going to be good to see some great matchups on both sides of the bracket. I mean, Eastern and Western.
Every game, every series. This is the next best, most exciting time of the year behind NFL playoffs.
Yep.
Because we got the Avs starting here in 10, 15 minutes.
12 minutes ago.
12 minutes ago. Avs have started against the Flames. Go ahead and tune in to some hockey as well. And I believe Jordan and Alyssa will be covering an Avalanche Rockies combo playlist podcast. Jeez.
And I mean, they're both playing right now. The Rockies are playing the Giants.
Boom.
So
makes sense.
We've got all the sports going on.
Hopefully we covered a decent amount for you guys to be prepared for this Spurs matchup, and we will get back in touch with you guys next weekend after... How many games is that going to be? 3, maybe 4 games?
I'm pretty sure
4th game on Friday.
4 or 5 games, yeah. But if you guys have anything that you want us to touch on specifically for the playoffs for the Nuggets, let us know. Drop a like, comment, email, whatever the case is.
5280filmroom@gmail.com. We got Facebook page, Instagram. Slide into
All the
those
routes.
DMs.
That's right.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We're out.
Peace.